Brendan, can you just give us an update on any team news you've got for tomorrow's game? Any players potentially come back into the thinking?
No, it's pretty much the same squad as before. So obviously the only one is Slimani, who's unfortunately not in our European squad. So apart from that, it's mostly all the guys that have been fit at this moment.
Johnny Evans told us a few minutes ago that the objective last season was to get into this competition. Now you're in the Europa League. What do you hope to achieve this season?
Well, we would like to go as far as we possibly can. I think it's always an exciting time. I remember watching the Sevilla final and just seeing the joy that they had of winning, and obviously then qualification again for European football. So that's of course a big motivation for any team that comes into it. So yeah, I think you strip it back. Your first job's to get out of the group stage and look to do that. But of course we want to go as far as we possibly can.
And finally for me, Brendan, you started the league campaign with 3 straight wins, now suffered back-to-back defeats. Where do you feel Leicester are at the moment?
Well, I still think we've got a lot of improvements to make. Like you say, I think in the West Ham game we lost, we weren't at our level. I think the game against Aston Villa was a tight game, and probably a fair reflection of that would have been a draw. But we just need to, I think we need to just nail down some of the details on the field that allows us to, if you can't win it, then we shouldn't be losing that game the other night. But some elements of the performance was very good, and I also think it's a part of our creative players getting up to speed fitness wise. Like you've seen, James Maddison's not been quite there yet, but he's in a process of getting fitter. Dennis Pratt, another one that's getting minutes and game time. So I just think it'll be a process for us. The players are working ever so hard, but we know that we want to keep improving this season. So like you say, it would 3 wins was a very good start, and it's not nice when you lose games, but you go away, you analyse, and you come back stronger, and that'll be the aim over the course of the season.
I hope you're well. Just picking up on the Islam Slimani registration. Again, pardon me if I've missed it, but was there a reason why he wasn't registered? Because that means you've only got one fit striker available for tomorrow night.
Yeah, obviously the squad had to be handed in much earlier than the Premier League squad, and unfortunately, thinking that he was maybe going to be going out, that he wasn't maybe going to be here. So yeah, but that's the reason why.
With that in mind, Brendan, you have struggled for goals without Jamie Vardy. We all know of Jamie's qualities and his strength and his goal-scoring form, European goal-scoring form, and previously in the Champions League. But Iosi Perez has scored 1 in 20, Kelechi Iheanacho 2 in 17. Slimani's not registered. Are you concerned about not having an informed striker going into tomorrow's game?
No, we just have to find ways and to be more creative and more clinical. Like I said, it's still very early on the season, and players are still trying to find the fitness and find the way in. So yeah, of course, someone like Jamie is a huge miss for us, but we have to work with the players that we have, and we go into each game with a confidence to create and score goals, and it'll be no different tomorrow.
What do you expect from Luhansk tomorrow night, Brendan, given the scouting that you've done and what you know of them?
We anticipate a really tough game. Just watching the games against Dynamo Kiev and Shakhtar, they play a 4-4-2 diamond, which is it's a difficult system to play against, and they play it well. So they build the game out well. They look to penetrate with the front 2, the midfield 4, all comfortable on the ball. So it's what you expect going into a European game. What when you're playing in Europe, the teams that you play against, they're top teams from their countries. So they'll always arrive into the games with confidence. And this is a club that's got, I think, is about 7 years experience now in European football. So they're used to playing in Europe and in this type of environment. So yeah, we expect it's a tough game, but it's a game why we've worked so hard last year to arrive in this competition. You know, there's so much that's gone on in this early part of the season with testing and everything else, but we worked really hard, and it's been absolutely brilliant that we got the qualification, and now we want to really embrace it and enjoy it.
Brendan, where is the Europa League on your priority list, and do you envisage sort of using the full squad, maybe even some younger players as the competition progresses with all of these injuries you have at the moment?
Well, we go into it with a really positive mindset. We want to do well in the competition. Of course, we want to be as strong as we can, but there's no doubt that throughout the course of all the games that we have, that we'll have to make changes within it. But our squad's not deep enough to make wholesale changes at the moment with all the injuries that we have. So, but we will of course do that for a few positions over the course of the competition. But we want to give it our best shot whilst we're in it. And like I say, we're excited by the challenge of it. That's why we worked so hard last season.
Just on Soyuncu again, how have you and the players rallied around him, given the shock of the length of that injury?
Yeah, it was a shock, because initially when we got reports back from Turkey that they thought he'd been back within a week, but we've had our scans here, and it tells a different story. So yeah, he's gone again to London just to look at the extent of it, and now it's the case of a decision between him and ourselves in terms of what's going to be the best course of action, whether it's conservatively managed, you know, or whether he wants to have the operation.
Is there any early indication what the best option may be for him?
No, not at the moment. It's just it's going to be a decision. As I said, it can be operated on, or it can be, as I said, managed conservatively, sort of going through. So yeah. But the medical team are in discussion with the player and just trying to find the best solution, and then we'll see where we go from there.